Hi, my name is Bertie Gore Browne and I'm a founder shareholder of Gore Browne Investment Management, which is a private client business set up in Salisbury. A very important part of the management of clients' portfolios is taxation issues. And one of the major taxation problems that most private clients encounter is inheritance tax. The AIM Portfolio Service is designed to reduce clients' potential inheritance tax liabilities. And as a result, it's becoming an important part of the management of many of our clients' portfolios. We are a relative newcomer in providing this service. Compared to our competitors, we are obviously quite small. That enables us to invest in different areas of the market, and by that I mean in some of the smaller companies listed on the AIM market, whereas most of our competitors are very much concentrated in a few larger companies where there is adequate liquidity. It has enabled us to find a lot of undervalued companies, and that is without doubt an advantage.
Hi, I'm Tom Hewitt. I work at Gore Browne Investment Management as an investment manager. The AIM Portfolio Service is a service available to private clients which allows them to invest in the AIM market. It has benefits from an inheritance tax perspective. It's also another way of investing in the UK's smaller market. On average, we're invested in between 20 and 22 companies. Any less than 20, it reduces the diversification which we seek to achieve. Many more than sort of 22, it then becomes slightly over-diversified and it doesn't allow us to really focus on the companies which we hold in the portfolio. As a whole, we like to try and hold companies for the long term. We're long-term investors. However, the things which might make us change our mind is, one, a poor trading update. So if the trading update is not what we expected, we will make a decision whether it's a temporary issue or it's a more fundamental issue. Secondly, if there is a change in the investment thesis, so why we initially bought the company, if management start drifting away from initial proposition, we again will look at that. If there's a change in management, we'll want to understand the new management and be comfortable with them. We're going to carry on having investment with this company. Investing in smaller companies does carry a higher level of risk. In everything which we do, when we look at a potential investment, we're thinking, how can we seek to try and reduce the risk? When we look at a company, we will first of all see if they have any recurring revenue or contracted revenue. If there is, this is a positive for us because it helps firm up the revenue and their projections, which in turn reduces the risk. In addition, management are key. Smaller businesses, especially quality of the management, is very important to us. Balance sheet strength. So this could be understanding if there's not too much debt within the business. If there is too much debt, this can be a concern to us, but especially where you have uncertain times such as we had as COVID in the last year or two, where a high level of debt, if there's a sudden drop in revenue, may make the debt become harder to service. Liquidity of the share, so how easy it is to buy and sell. But also, it's just really understanding the company. Are they a profitable company? Do they not need too much investment in terms of capital intensive? Because this could mean that they need to keep coming back to the shareholders asking for more money, which again increases the potential risk if they can't get away with getting that additional funds which they need to help them grow their business or keep their business going. Management teams are critical for a smaller company. A large company could be run by poor management and survive. A small company run by poor management will not survive. So it's important that we really buy into the management and what they're looking to do. In addition, it's important to understand the dynamic between the management. If you ask a question, for instance, to a finance director, and the chief executive is always answering or butting in with the answer, that might point towards having a management team where the CEO is autocratic. That is not good because it means potentially the finance director may not be able to stand up to the chief executive if they are looking to make expansion where the finance director doesn't think it's right. So the interaction between management is key, and that's how we like to see, face-to-face and the chemistry between the two of them. GBIM's offering, we are a smaller company, and as a result of that, it means that we are able to look at smaller companies which some of our large competitors are unable to look at because they would need to buy such a large quantity of stock that they would be a significant shareholder within the company, or they wouldn't be able to get the liquidity to either buy in or buy out. And so since we are a smaller firm, we are able to be more nimble and agile in the way that we go about investing clients' money. COVID has had an impact on how we invest in companies. At the onset of COVID, we had to have a quick but all the same time thorough look into all our companies and how they may be affected. So companies, for instance, in the hospitality space are ones which obviously were going to have a greater impact, and so we had to make a few tough decisions to sell some companies which were fantastic companies but were ones which we felt would be suffering more sort of significantly than some of the other companies. But then also how we go about in terms of our investment and meeting management. We obviously couldn't go out to site visits, for instance, because of COVID restrictions, perhaps not meeting management face-to-face, so we did a lot more Zoom and team meetings, which, whilst maybe not quite as good as doing face-to-face or I should say in-person meetings, they did mean that we probably had access to management on a more frequent basis because management weren't having to travel or we weren't having to travel. So there were some upsides from how we go about our process.